back. Something always pulls me in that has me going right back. Helping with no appreciation, being subjecting myself to all of this, and now it can only be emotional. Last time I went to help my father, last time I went to help my father, you threatened to call the cops and you were saying medication wasn't missing. I'm not going to jail for 10 years even if he's dying.
Why you don't treat me like a human being, first of all, and a family member as your son. Whenever there's been times where it's been, like if a narcissist, excuse me, who's other people? I'm very nice to my daughter. I don't swear at my daughter. And when I do, I'm not swearing at her or to her or about her. I'm swearing about the situation. My family knows who I am. And they tell me, and they stick up for themselves, don't you worry. Okay? So does Russ and so does Devin. They both do. They all do. My kids are very strong people. Incredibly strong people. They don't live in that way. They don't live in that way. You can think, all the hurtful things. No, I don't. I think that I've screwed up in many ways as well. Of course I have. I admit those things, and I say sorry to my kids, and I talk to them about those things. I make amends with my kids. I don't continually stand there and abuse them over and over in the same ways that was going on. I make mistakes, and I atone for those mistakes with my kids. I continue to do so. And it's an ongoing process because that's what relationships are, and that's what we do. That's an understanding that we have. Don't try to make their relationships the same. Does that sound perfect? Admitting my mistakes, does that sound perfect to you? I actually did. I did. I wanted all that information. I told everybody to write it down. But now that he's 2 weeks away from fucking death's door, you're gonna say to me now, oh, save his life now. You can't do it. Thanks a lot. That's great. That's perfect. It's of course what would happen. We had 5 months to deal with this. I asked every single day for that information. Every day. And I was hung up on it. What do you mean, yeah, right? Explain, yeah, right. I told you, because you took me off of that. Brendan is on his case. I'm not allowed. When you write that stuff on there, you took my rights away. When Dad went down and he wrote Brendan's name on there, I did. And then he said things like, it's just because of this. It is, because he didn't want us arguing. That's what it is. So that will tell you something. Every time he got upset, he needed to have those feelings. And he had to actually navigate that and feel that stuff and understand what was going on. But instead, we just want to throw our heads in the sand. And then I have you in the background saying, just hang up. Tell her this. There was need to get upset. There was need to understand the reality of the situation and the possibilities moving forward. The possibilities. Maybe her friend and her actually spoke to each other about the actual things that were going on. They actually listened to her probably, because they did. Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever I say, you're going to say the opposite. It's what you do. It's what you do. You do the opposite. So what I'm telling you is you, I don't care what Lyndon said did, I don't care what Tim did, it doesn't matter anyway. What I'm telling you is you didn't listen to me, he didn't listen to me. And now you're going to say, here, take this in. Yes, I would love to talk to her. I would love to. Please, give me the number. I'll call him today. I can ask him that he's moved in here. I'm not saying anything about cures at this point, Mom. It's over. There's nothing you can do at that point, but that's done. I did. I tried. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? You're a horrible person. I can't my daughter told me that I was doing something, I would stop doing it, but you don't. Yes, they're my daughters. I text them every day. I'm like, you doesn't call her daughter ever. That's not what's happening. And if those things were going on the phone about that, you're saying, why didn't you do anything? That was the intent to do this. What more do you want me to do? How can I get you to understand? You have to take the initiative to help me and help them. Oh, I'm going to get on TV. This is what you want me to do. You want me to get on TV.
Well, if you know all,
Do you hear yourself? Get on TV.
if you
Come on.
if you know all,
Get on TV. Is what you just told me. Get on TV.
on the news.
So during the time of his diagnosis to his death, I have to get on TV to make you understand what needs to be done.
No, all the accused people say you know them.
They're not cures, they're treatments, and they're done by doctors.
Well, then why aren't they on TV? Why aren't they on TV?
They are. Why aren't you watching them? Why aren't you interested? Why don't you look? They are.
I don't see any cures.
They're not network television. Who's watching them?
I don't look on that.
TV's dead. Computers where things are. Nobody watches TV, right? And I sent you that information in condensed form. I did a lot. I did a lot of work to try to put that together. It took me 80 hours to finish and complete all of that information into a very small package so that it was digestible and you could understand what the guy was saying. He's a reputable doctor with a reputable clinic. That's number one. Number two, he's in the West. He's not in some fucking foreign country somewhere. It makes sense what he's talking about. And guess what? What he's talking about helps MS too. He's got a practice, and 100% out of 100% of the people that he works with have had, they are, but you don't understand how medical stuff works. So I also did a condensed version about how that works, and how it's hard to get things passed into a regular thing, and how you can't even say a cure. You can't even say that. You're not even allowed to say that when it comes to cancer. You can only say the word remission. So that changes things. You can't even do that. Once you have cancer, you're considered to always have cancer. And they never say the word cure. They never say that. There's lingo. There's all kinds of stuff tied to the reason why this isn't mainstream and totally in your face. And there's another reason that Winnipeg is behind on a lot of stuff. We're not in the forefront of everything. Okay? We don't have a good Medicare system. You know that. So the last of the last to get a lot of stuff. Because the money is here. That's common sense. There's not the money that I'm talking about for cancer. And also, these drugs have been reused. They're already packaging drugs for other things. So the problem is that doesn't generate any financial gain for anybody. So pharmaceutical companies are not jumping on board for this because they're already packaging drugs. So there's no money in it. But the guy that's doing it, he realizes that, and he says, you just do this, this, and this. And then there's a presumption of identity as well. It's all about these parasites, which is what he's working with those things in the beginning. But in order to understand that, you have to have an open mind and not continually shut people down who are speaking. Especially people that love you, and they're trying very hard to find stuff. It's not false information. It's not. It is working. The thing is, it is working. He has a practice in New Jersey, and he does his own patient care. Every single person who's treated for every single person who's treated in that clinic for cancer has gotten better. Everyone. Did you hear me? Okay, so what does that mean to you? Everyone. Not some, all of them. And he's a reputable doctor. He does, Mom, but I just explained to you how hard it is. You have to do things for a very long time. But my dad's sick now. So all of that stuff is not being registered or listened to because people think I'm nuts. So hang up on her. That's why I was so upset. And that's why I was angry. That's why I cried myself to sleep every single day. You say it's because I'm what, a bad person? It's not a bad person, and it's not out of a guilty conscience. Because I asked God to help me help him, and he did. And you all denied it. And showing the answer like that. You didn't even have to search through anything. I found it easy to understand this stuff. It's not normally how it is. Tried to explain that aspect to you too. You're religious, you can get that on some level. But you didn't. They're the ones that bear the brunt of the gaslighting, the invalidation, the rage. They're blamed for everything. And scapegoats often have a childhood characterized by walking every day at eggshells. So, again, as you think about if this is you, what are the things that you experienced in childhood? And as this series slowly unfolds over time, I know many of you identify with more than one type. We'll talk about how these different types may affect you in adulthood. So let's talk about what happens to the scapegoat. The scapegoated child in the family system is the most likely to have the most significant mental health impacts of childhood. Remember, this is an entire childhood that has been pockmarked by manipulation, rage, emotional abuse, and perhaps also physical and other forms of abuse, by being gaslighted, and all of this can result in a wide spectrum of abuse in adulthood, including patterns that we observe in complex PTSD, anxiety, depression, as well as a chronic state of living in self-doubt, self-blame, major impacts on self-esteem, difficulties with decision-making, and a daily mantra of feeling not good enough. There can also be long-term decisional or behavioral outcomes, and these can include things like maladaptive coping, as you call it, and those maladaptive coping is bad coping, like using substances to cope, or other dysregulated behaviors, like using food to cope, using shopping, using gambling, any of that, and most pointedly, having difficulties in adult relationships, and choosing partners who replicate the invalidation cycle of childhood, choosing partners who recapitulate all of your mantras about not being enough. In addition, scapegoats tend to sell themselves short throughout their lives. They may not fully pursue educational or professional goals, still hearing their narcissistic parents voice in their heads. Oh, who do you think you are? Really? Do you really think you can do that? Okay, let's see how you do with that. That contemptuous disregard for your goals. What I see most often for the scapegoat is the eternal cycle of unhealthy relationships, trying to work through the dysfunction of the childhood relationships through the adult relationships, instead of understanding clearly that that original family system, the family of origin, or that the people in it were narcissistic, and to recognize that it's not your fault, that these people are not going to change, and most importantly, that you did deserve better. Some people don't get that lesson or understanding until much later in life, having survived horrible adult relationships and often painful, expensive divorces, physically or emotionally abusive relationships, and constantly blaming themselves. Because that, to me, is the most painful legacy the scapegoat often carries: self-blame. Another issue that scapegoated people from narcissistic family systems can face is that in many cases, they may actually get stuck in their family of origin. They may get caught up in the narrative of hope that the family will change, or they will internalize the manipulation and guilt and keep feeling responsible for their family of origin. And so they may get pretty stuck in the system, never feeling that they can go cast out on their own and find their own path in life and get away from the toxicity. And they may also forever feel responsible for this manipulative system that is all too happy to keep the scapegoat in their place and not allow them to get away from the toxicity. And they may also forever feel responsible for this manipulative system that is all too happy to keep the scapegoat in her place and not allow them
It's not my son's number.
So now what? Am I supposed to subject myself to going to jail? Should I be put up for possibly the new narrative of having a sexual relationship with my father, some sort of strange aspect in her psyche, which is coming up over and over again over life, right down to, I can't find the dissolving pills, where did they go, as I'm leaving and realizing as I'm walking out the door, that's like one of those types of drugs you go to jail for, like, felony over. So yeah, that's great. Nobody took anything. Anyways, bottom line is, how much do I subject myself to, and how much do I allow to happen? I love my dad, and he loves me, like normal fathers and daughters, not weirdos that have relationships with each other in that. Ugh. And on top of that, just the sheer lack of care and total blatant in front of everybody's face, and being encouraged to ignore him and not properly care for him as well. I'm sure like the nurses know that, but you know what? There's like a 10-year, 12, 13, 14-year connection with these people where she's lied and just been who she is. So I wouldn't stand a chance. I wouldn't. She'd get a couple professionals on her team and I'm out. And she always wins. She's never lost. Not at this game. When my dad's gone, I'm done. But he's still here, and I promised him I would be there. But he's so weak and out of it sometimes. And now it's bound to get worse. Much worse. That he doesn't even... I don't know if I want to even subject him to helping him, because that would create tension and chaos. And I just look like a nutcase. And what if he dies in between that and doesn't get the resolve, and then ends up thinking, I've done something, or I'm creating more problems, and then he's got that thought when he dies. Now, aside from that, okay, so that's a risk you take if you want to help somebody, and you got to do the right thing, but it's like almost too late. I don't even know. There's no help. He's not going to survive anything. So, I don't know. She doesn't want him there. And he wants to die there. So, I guess maybe just let it go. People make their own situation, I suppose. I mean, I've tried, man. I don't know what else to do. I've been fighting an uphill battle with my entire family the entire time. And crazy just gets crazier. And then I just look more nuts. I don't know what to do. My advice is, if you are ever in this position, and you are the person I am in this play, and you get information that can help your parent or your person or whatever, get someone else to deliver the message, because if you do it, they'll die.
That is exactly what's going on in her head. He's, first of all, 81 years old. Second of all, no, ever, never. Anyways, this is not the first time I've heard her try and put me into some position where I am able. She used to say when I was a kid, I used to hear her make weird remarks to him about his behavior towards me, which was not inappropriate. He didn't do anything weird, ever. And now she's flipping that narrative and making it like I am trying to be. And she's like, you're not his wife. I'm his wife. Duh, I know that. Hello, I'm his daughter. Just trying to say that you need to get meal plans in here. And when I'm asking her questions, she does stuff like that. She exasperates me. She turns things into this weird situation. I love my dad, but I'm not in a relationship with him, nor is he in that mindset. Like, what is going on? This is not the first time she's brought that stuff up. It's not the first first time. It's so hard to process that stuff, and it's so that you just want to be like, never speak of that again. Like, what are you saying? And you just want to be not around that, ever again, that thought, that vibration. And in all of everything, when it's here, the chick down to, she's got nothing left to fuck up everything with. She'll bring stuff like that into the mix. And it's like, what the fuck, man? I can't even. I am researching because I'm not able to do what I promised I would do. It's hard enough for me to do that as it is if I didn't have it and everything else. Like, honestly, it's impossible, but I'm doing it out with you. So I know the point. And then I'm fighting somebody all the time. Like, how come I do? Why would I say things that would benefit? Why do I get fought on that? I just don't understand. She didn't know it. You know I'm not. There's the attention, she's a narcissist. And the bottom line is, she wasn't gone, and she felt like whole security on me today. So what? For me asking you if why you haven't gotten these meal plans with her? Because those things, you just have to put it in front of them. I don't care how much it goes in the garbage. I don't care how much it's wasted. I don't care. It's not about that. It's about assembling and saving the last part and giving enough energy. A bite is better than nothing. If you have to throw out all of that food, I don't care. Order it, put it there. If it goes in the garbage, oh well. And don't make a big deal out of that either. Don't make them feel guilty about it. Just do it. They're $2.99 a meal, which is cheaper than eating out. And aside from that, the money's there. Okay, it's there. There's enough for that. If you don't have enough, take it out of anything you plan on doing. Because I know there's at least 10 grand there. Take it. Take it and buy as meals as it. I want you to. She says I'm helping him because I feel guilty. I had a good relationship with him. If anyone should feel guilty, it's him, because he's the one who had to withdraw all the time and take her side in order to live a life which, in any semblance for him, wasn't war. So I forgive him for that. But if anyone didn't spend the time or go into this relationship any semblance of effort anymore, it was him because he had to do it with her. But when it came down to being there for her and needing help, I'm the one that was there. You call me in the middle of the night, I will come and do whatever you need me to do. That included lifting her 350-pound ass off of the toilet once she sat there trying to navigate and figure out how to do that before all this surprise came and she remembered how to do it. And she can't support and take care of him the way that he needs to. So someone has to be in there, but then she tells him not to go. Then she says, well, how are you getting? She's making up all of these things that aren't even true. There's a key there, I know. I should have a key. I should have a key to get in at 3 o'clock in the morning if I need to. The first day he was like, thank you so much for coming with me. I have so much catching up to do. I'm so glad you're here. And today she took her to the Mexican. You're not his daughter. Wow. Don't worry. After we go, you're going to see me do this. I'm going to see by your side. Maybe I'll tell you this. I don't feel anything about that. You want to go, go. Do it. I don't love you like I love you. Because although I've been trying to stay invested in your life and help you and do things for you and try to connect with you, you've never let me. So I love you. I don't know why, but I do. And I always will. But I don't care what you do. I'm saying that. If you don't. If you want to hurt yourself, go ahead. That's what I think that. But I won't let you hurt him. Because you've gotten supposed to kill you. But you know that that question was a murder question. I'm asking her why she hasn't done this stuff and why she just leaves him there all day. She's got no answer, so instead, because you know what the answer is, because she's ready, she's killing him. She's killing him. You know, it's like an actual person and stuff. They said it's part of her life for all the many years. There's definitely a trust and a bond there. She thinks that she was threatening me to this woman, why didn't she tell Richard that for that? She was going to tell Richard. I would love to talk to Richard about any of my dad's stories and help. Because I've been asking you guys for his number, and he didn't use it. So he doesn't work for them. Maybe it's on Friday. You could call the main number. The main number.
What I'm talking about here is the fact that his nurse, Richard, is, well, I don't know him. He comes at night for a minute or two, I guess, and that's it. And I guess that's because he gets my dad in his pajamas and gives him his pain meds. That's really all he's there to do, is to slap that fentanyl patch on. And that is, that for me is ridiculous, because that's just the government covering the government's ass. I took pictures of the palliative care contract. There's literally nothing in there about what they do for my dad. It is all about covering their ass. I'm not going to show you all those papers or whatever. If you want to see them, ask me. I'll just totally show them to you. But it's ridiculous. I don't even know what they perform. Basically, it's just making sure that the medicine's there, which is good. He needs that. And regulating that's fine. That's so wonderful. I'm just sitting here and I'm waiting to go to the hospital because my father has been admitted the day before yesterday. So this is the first time he was admitted to hospital. Yeah. And it's usually the same reason I've noticed, is that it's because he I found this. And then he can't go to the bathroom. Potential cure. I said you should be making sure that he gets enemas. Nobody listens. Medication. Nobody listens. So that'll be happening again right away. We'll be looking at that at least the next little bit. And then that'll be his last stint, and he'll die in a hospital. Watch and incredibly see. Effective. I can't explain to you why these things are not common practice. I can't explain to you why our government works the way it works, or pharmaceutical companies are greedy. I can't explain all that to you. But what I can explain is all of this makes a lot of sense, and it's been practiced, tried, tested, and true. And I'm so frustrated with my family, what I'm referring to with all of the people that literally won't even take an hour. Doctor with a reputable treatment. There's reasons for it. It's very in-depth, very, very difficult to explain in such a sentence. And I was given not even 2 minutes to discuss it. And my family just went, nope, shit all over it, goodbye. But mostly my mom, who would hang up the phone on me when I tried to explain things to them. So now he's on a second floor, which tells me that they have admitted him, which means he'll be staying. He didn't want this. I'm trying to be positive and go in with a good mood here, so I'm just gonna try and get myself together and see what I can do. Yeah. I'm here to see Glenn. If my dad ever is curious or is angry at me over not being there and can't figure out what it is, that would break my heart, because nobody allows him and he's just determined. He doesn't want to see anything, and it's just weird. Everything's weird. I don't get it.
Any quality symptoms?
No.
Cough. Overplay. You take 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 of those a day. Should be very much better.
I'm referring to his enzyme medications here. This is what he has to take with meals, and the bottle is still as full as it was.
It's running so fast, and then it's slow when you don't want it to be. Ugh. Look, I got 3 minutes to get my shoes out and be by the door. Gather around and watch me fall into the ground. A chance for me not to let go of demons now. Everything's been all about my misgivings.
I guess all I can do is give it to God. Just give it to God, because even though he gave me so many opportunities to help my dad, and he really did. Thank you, Lord. It's not your fault. Just please help him see this. Help me to just... Like, in fact, you can't help me. It's them. Help them. Please.
And it's hard to swallow. I try to swallow, and I have to try to swallow 5 times to get into it.
Tell me what does it look like in heaven? Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Of your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different.
across the street to the dollar store. get back, you just gotta follow arrows or whatever.
Right.
So, and you just choose from there what you want. You can go Golden Girls, whatever you want.
Okay, well, like I said,
You can, like, I'm not going anywhere, she's not making me leave, so. Let me see.
yeah, well, it's okay. While you're here, I don't watch TV.
So when it says something stupid like, well, you can watch TV, it's okay. Just zone out, it's fine. I'll stay with you until you fall asleep and stuff. If you think it's over, I'll be
When the feelings are expressed in words, never waver until the end of it all. Say now, take where you find that strength that comes about. No one knows where it comes from. Deep within it all, it's like a place inside your heart. And where you will not feel. Take it all in, take it all in, yeah. Feeling high, down to feeling low.
And I'd take a fisherman's friend, or I'd take something, and it would work really good. I don't know why they don't give that to me here.
You should have a lozenge. I can get you some lozenges from the
Well,
machine.
if
You
you
got
come-
change.
If you come tomorrow,
Dad, you can have it tonight. Like, I'll go get it right now.
no, well, I don't know where you can get it.
There's like machines everywhere.
It's a holiday.
There's machines. Oh, you mean an actual
Oh.
fisherman's friend? Well, I'll find you something.
You
Sucking
wouldn't
on
find
anything will help you.
You wouldn't
Like
find
anything will help you. I don't know if a fisherman's friend is a really good idea when you got a burnt esophagus, mind you.
it. I don't know.
You might want to just start off with a regular candy.
Yeah, maybe. Well, anyway.
I can imagine what menthol would do to your freaking burnt esophagus. You know, it'd be fun here. Why don't you put some alcohol on it while you're at it?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Oh. Open up my eyes on the side.
No, it's good. Go ahead.
Sorry, anyway.
I would too.
I never sleep on it. I go in this position.
Mm-hmm. That's big counseling too, to feel better on your side.
Okay. Well, if you're not leaving me there, you don't.
Well, it's something to do on. Let's see if I can go find you some candy.
Well, you won't find nothing in here. There's no store in here.
No, but there's machines. Actually, when you get something, it'll work good in there to hold it. Right there, if you can move it at all, that would be good.
Well,
I can bring a stand though
I
too.
gotta have it right here because I can take some glasses off.
What if this was on this side? And
Oh,
then,
that too, yeah.
I guess that's as low as it goes though, so you'd have to move this guy.
Except that it would get in the way of that. Oh, it'll be a.
Do you have a phone?
What's that?
Not really.
Okay, Brandon wants to talk to you.
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Oh, you got.
Yeah, that's a unit phone.
Hello? Or do I press the button?
No, just talk.
Hello? Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Yeah, right. No. Well, we're buddies. We're all buddies. We're talking about buddy things type of thing, you know. So yeah. So anyway, so you're getting ready for your big trip, are you? Are you?
Shouldn't be visiting hours for somebody whose father is dying. It's ridiculous. Thanks. It's September 5th and he's still alive. It won't be long. I'd be surprised if... Hi.
How do you shut this
17 hours later. I said 17 hours later.
Well, yeah. You shut that off from me. That's
This is his phone. Okay.
That's his phone. I can't shut it off. There was a dangerous man.
Oh, you just, yeah, because there's those two guys, they went and killed like 10 people.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
So they think they're in Regina right now. So this is for you. When you feel like you can, this is just aloe vera juice, okay? Like you drink it. And it will heal your...
You can drink it?
Yes, this is what it's for. So, I used to use this a lot with my esophagus.
Okay.
It can be a little tangy at first, so just take a very small sip.
Pour this in the sink and I'll use that.
It will, it has chunkies in it, like aloe chunkies. I know, it's gross. But it'll help. If you get those aloe chunkies.
I'll see what it does.
Yeah. It won't help like now, but it'll help the esophagus heal, because aloe heals the burn, right? So
We'll see what it does.
yeah. Because aloe is really good to cool down, and it won't provide you relief, but it'll heal you. There's a difference. Okay? So
As long as it won't make it worse. Don't give me too much. Just give me.
What I was trying to do is get the aloe vera juice in there to kill some of the bacteria and help with the candida and the other fungus that goes on. And that's exactly what happened. And he started eating the next day. Ta-da! I didn't tell him that at first. I told him that after. But it doesn't matter. They say it calms things down, but I don't know if that's true. I never really got much relief from mint. But
Yeah, no.
but also here's some butterscotches. If you want those instead.
Oh, okay, you got so much stuff.
In case you feel like it, because you just never know.
Yeah,
You never know. You might want something.
Leave all
Just
that
regular
stuff
chips.
there. Put it in a bag or something. Can't eat all that.
They're in a bag, they're not in front of you.
Enough's enough. What are you doing? Good God.
What? Just taste it with your mouth.
No, it's okay. I don't want
Don't eat it, just taste it. Good. That would be easy for you to eat.
Oh, God.
Doesn't taste like it looks.
I'm
This
sure
is gum.
that'll Oh, Sherry,
That's gum.
put some of this stuff away for me, please. Put it in the bag. They're going to think I'm opening a dog's chest in here. Take some of this and put it away. Crazy. Yeah, see, that's good.
I know what to do. Shut up. Thanks. That's my bedside manner for you. Shut up, man. So here's what I know about appetite, and such as put the food around persons and they will eat. It's like a build it, they will come thing. You gotta make the palate interested. So salt and sugar help with that, because that's how our brains are geared. Visuals are awesome. Just plant stuff in front of them so that they just literally don't have a choice.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here you go.
I sent videos and write-ups and text messages and really pushed and stressed how important it was to have variety and interesting things come, and just not just suffice it food, you know, but like neat shit, stuff that's different. You know, you're dying, spend the money. $2.99 per fucking meal. Smoothies that aren't just the kind you get from Ensure. Types like booster juice types that you could make at home that takes 5 minutes. That kind of thing. I didn't have the money. I literally had no income. I had $400. If I was lucky, I might have $600. I had to pay my rent, my hydro, and my bills, and my groceries, and my rent with that, and look after my son. I wish I could have done more or anything in terms of that. I would have done it. I would have, but my hands were tied, and I was begging my brother, my mother, everybody. Nobody did anything. Just sat there, or just told me that they couldn't listen to the messages because they were too busy. I send my mom emails, and I would go over there later, and I would say, "Did you see this?" I would turn it on. She's like, "Yeah, I saw that already." Then why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you comment back? Why didn't you have a dialogue with me? My daughter's been very good, and my brother, I was jealous of him, of the attention that he was giving them, being more appreciated than the things that I felt were actually going to help my dad. What my brother did was useful and incredibly calming in the mind for my parents, but I was upset that anyone was encouraging them to move or even advocating that. I thought that was the stupidest idea I've ever heard. I offered, you know, like the whole time, take whatever it is that you're leaving and use it for your end of life. So that means if mom can't stay in the apartment, you know, there's a lot of reasons why they could have stayed there. I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, reserving energy and preserving energy was key, and continuing to put in energy, because the body would not be producing it anymore. That's bottom line truth. And I wanted to hang on to my dad and have moments with him for longer and healthier, and hopefully get rid of this, because I asked God and God said, "Here you go," and then I was like, "I'm sure it's possible," and it was. And I don't care what anyone says about that. It's true. Period. You'll find out. But even if I was wrong completely, it would have extended, it would have helped. And you know what would have been really nice is if it would have just been validated, looked into. That anyone would have taken just the time to not write me off and to appreciate how much I appreciate him. That would have been fucking amazing. Why would Brendan call his phone?
Hey?
Why would Brendan call his phone?
Well, he did.
Not his phone, he called the hospital.
Yeah. Right. Well, I tried to get that phone this afternoon 3 or 4 times. He said, "Oh, we don't know where it is." Somebody had it and they were hoarding it.
Mm-hmm. Like this.
Yeah, right.
But today at my mom's house, when she threatened to have me arrested, or security, it wasn't about anything. It was about his food. it's up to individuals, it's up to family members and friends to seek out and to understand this complex web of our medical system and insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies, because let me just tell you something. It's really, we are amazing. People are amazing. We've come up with so much stuff, but the media is really good at tainting and destroying anything good that comes through. You know this. I'm not saying anything that isn't true, but somewhere in you, you find it hard to believe that there's anything that's preventing the benefit of anybody. The thing is that you know damn well that people's benefits are diminished every day. And that evil contaminates the way we think and how we process and everything, that how we care for each other. You have to discern and be smarter than that. Now, I had to get into the seat of the student and learn quickly, because I seemed to be the only person that understood that his time was shorter than it was originally thought of, or that anyone was listening to. And if we were just going to go with the short amount of time and not intervene with anything, fine, but we'd never explored it, so that made me angry. People just dismissed me because I'm me. And that's fine. Let's do that then. But when it came down to other things like meal plans and basic care, then I started to get really angry, because we can't deny somebody that. And to rely solely on an overly stressed system of healthcare workers that are literally so overwhelmed they can hardly manage, and to expect them to miraculously come through and be these godsends of, more than, when you've got somebody who's viably there and who wants to do it. The only barrier is the woman that is going to try and have her arrested because she's trying to help. So I can't make sense of crazy. I can't do that. But I certainly can see why people think I'm crazy, because of my reaction to being treated in that manner. And ultimately, he suffers because of it. And to feel like you're against a wall and a rock in a hard place against your own family members and the people around you, to even be able, because I can't financially do it for them. If I could, I would have just did it, but I couldn't. But I could have offered to be there physically, and that's the only thing I was able to give, and so she destroyed it. That's what she does. She's always done that to me. And I'm not saying this out of emotions. I'm saying this out of truth. Don't let this be your dynamic in your family, because my heart is broken. This is literally never going to heal. I'm never going to get over any of this. And I'm not looking for anyone to feel sorry for me. And it's too late now to do anything productive about anything. And I will likely end up not being there when my father needs me the most. You have no idea how much that kills me. I'm not looking for pity. At this point, I'm not looking for change. I'm almost just looking for people to understand the dynamic here, and for nobody to ever repeat this, because it's so bad. Okay, because that's what I use on here.
If I can't get YouTube, then don't bother.
Yeah, you won't get it. But you can have this. This phone's fine.
I know.
I have two phones, Dad. They're the same thing.
I know, but isn't one working better than the other?
No. This one didn't have as much storage. So I needed, because I do lots of movies and stuff on my phone, right?
Well, whatever you want to do, if you want to give me this one, you'll have to give me a charger for it.
This is the phone that I brought in, though.
information they're all giving me, so.
Okay, but Dr.
This
Kimmelman
doctor
has
came in
spoken to
today,
you.
He told me too. He said,
Cancer Care told you what you needed to know.
well, they told me I had a year and a half.
They said that was the utmost, most
A year and a half, yeah.
prosperous as much as anybody would ever
Cancer
get.
Care did not say he had 18
And
months.
that's like
At any
under-
point. They said he had 5. I don't know where he got that from.
I know it's scary.
just-
I know it's hard to.
I
I don't want to be that person.
I just want to spend my last few months loving my family.
Well, this is them. This is like, I'm sorry, Dad. I don't need you to be like, you know, in a facade, like not understanding or not knowing, because there's a process you have to go through.
Yeah, well, it's what I know.
I know it, but Dad, there's a process you have to go through. You know, there's a belief system to go in. Feeling crappy is going to interfere with a lot of that process. So, you know, and I hate always being the one that has to be this person. You know, but like,
Did you phone downstairs and tell me you're coming?
oh,
Yeah, here.
that's minor. That's nothing, nothing.
So anyway, I just want to get rid of that sore throat, then I can function for a few months.
It's more than a sore throat, it's an esophagus, I would imagine, right? So it's like all the way down, right? So that's
Yeah,
awful.
from here right down to here.
That I know, I've had that.
Burnt
It's awful.
right out.
Yeah, I burnt mine out like every pregnancy I got. Fuck, it sucks.
You know, how long did it take to go away?
Ugh. It heals pretty fast once it starts healing. But if you're continually puking, right, which I was for 9
I'm
months
not
straight.
puking anymore, but it's not going away.
Well, it's good. Well, that's okay. So what you're feeling, honestly, that's your cancer tumor. That's what it is.
Not way up here. No.
That's what it's doing. It's like compression on it. So I was suggesting that somebody do a alcohol injection into your tumor, and then this way it would alleviate it. It's pretty easy to do. They just get in there and just, I don't know if that's viable for you.
My dad literally doesn't understand anything about cancer,
Much relief.
medical
You
conditions,
feel like you have a hiatus
therapies, surgeries,
They're not even sure.
You know,
day surgery, long ass surgery, buyout, whatever. He doesn't know. He doesn't want to know, and it's really just not his forte.
Right,
That was cancer right from the very
right.
beginning.
Makes sense.
That's what they're saying now. Not my doctor, my old doctor, but that's the new ones are saying.
Well, you might have had one a long time ago, and that could have been like the place where the cancer got in.
The alcohol injection actually,
What I've been learning about cancer,
it goes into the nerves where the spine attaches,
like,
not attaches, but where the spine feels this pain. That's why he had back pain. It's common with pancreatic cancer, and if he had stated those 3 things to his doctor should have known. The fact that he was feeling that in the gut, the fact that he had the back pain, and the weight loss, just that was enough. Because that's literally the 3 markers of it. Anybody worth their salt would have absolutely sent him for scans 2 fucking years ago.
our family won't even, it actually will help with MS too. People, why bother wasting my breath, because you're not going to hear me, you're going to get mad when I say it. It's silly that you don't hear it. And so we allowed a depressed person, and by the way, pancreatic cancer causes that, who thought they had a year and a half to live, if not longer. Probably in his brain he thought he had longer, because he didn't feel that bad then. He felt a bit, but not that bad. So while he was going through, and the rest of us, you know, I come forward and I say to y'all, you know, and not just this stuff, but there was the nano knife, and then there was low dosage chemotherapy, and we never did check to see if you had the marker for immunotherapy. And that's why I was so passionate back then, because there was an opportunity, a window, where treatments other than what he was offered in the beginning, that are legit and within a medical community, not some far off eat a guava bean or whatever and sit in the sun and do a cartwheel type of thing and stand on your head for 5 days. It's not like that. These are real MDs and real medical journals and real, you know, drug testing trials and therapy trials and real people with humongous success rates. So the more that I was finding that was so beneficial and so wonderful, and it really was, and it is, and people are using it, and it's still successful. It's not like it just went out of style. Just shit all over it. And yelled at me, hung up the phone on me, and it made me feel like, Mother, that you didn't care about him. And of course, it made me feel like nobody had faith in me, that's for sure. God gave us an opportunity, a really, really lovely opportunity. And I continually pressed, and then he gave us another one, and then he gave us another one, and then he gave us another one. He actually gave us like 4. These are such nice houses, eh? We don't learn.
I've just got this terrible, and it's hard to swallow. I try to swallow, and I have to try to swallow 2 or 3 times to get one swallow. And when I fall asleep, my mouth is...
The effects of a narcissist are deep, and if you're the targeted one, find a way through that now, before the stakes are so high. Because of her condition and her disease and all of the sympathy that needed to go towards that all the time, I softened my defenses and disallowed myself
from when my dad was sick from continuing to remain out of her line of target. A couple of years ago, when she had come home from the hospital and had been there for 3 months, and I had bent over backwards to help her and physically hurt myself doing so because she weighs a lot and there was no other resources.
My mother hasn't acted like a normal mother. She hasn't asked me how I've been.
I distanced myself from her because of her cruelty. I should have remained that
I've
way.
asked her. I've, had conversations and whatever, and gotten her side of stuff, and she's not once asked how I'm doing, how my son is doing. I watch her at birthday party, and I watch her every day, all the time, and I see no extension of wifery or husbandry she doesn't hold his hand, she's just about putting the dishes away. That's her life, put the dishes away and fold the clothes or whatever and put them away. That's it. But when you're standing there and there is a matter to discuss or to plan, it is all bets are off and nothing can be forward movement. It's just all narrative and bullshit. Accusations and complete narcissism. I always knew she was a narcissist. I just didn't know she was a narcissist, And without my dad, there's no tie because it's too evil. There's no love there. It's not love. It's not what it is. She doesn't feel that. She's not always selfish, mind you. It's just a narcissistic way, though, of being unselfish. I can't believe what she throws into the mix. Where I came from and how I was behaving when I was calling people and getting angry was because I was trying to save his life. I was literally trying to save his freaking life. That's all I was trying to do. Understanding this a lot better than anybody else that seemingly was in the family. Even those who have contact with nurses every single day did not grasp the concepts that were going on and did not have any idea over treatments. They say things like, they talk to this or that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. My mom deterred him from chemo, from even trying chemo, because she didn't want to look after somebody who was on chemo. She didn't want me there dealing with him, and that's because she doesn't like me. And it's all about her. It's always about her. Always, 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 always about her. All the time. Every day, every minute, every hour. We're under the false impression that he's made that decision, but his ideal thing was he was going to do chemo. And if he had, and I had spent time with him doing that chemo, then I would have had time to bend his ear lots of time. And I was looking forward to that because I thought, okay, this is it. I can get him to look into these treatments and be serious about this stuff if I can just keep his attention. And then maybe the doctors there will be able to help, because whatever we ask for at this point, they'll give us.
they'll let us
Don't
do
let
it. They'll let us try it.
somebody
It doesn't matter because he's dying. So they'll
with
let
these
it happen.
traits,
And there was zero
for
side
whatever
effects
reason,
on
she
any of
became the way
it.
she is.
We
I
could have
don't
brought up the
care.
nano knife.
I don't care about
We
your
could have found the
narcissist, why
oncologist or
that's the
surgeon
reason
that
why
did
be
the
there.
treatment.
It's time to stop
Or
having
the
empathy
surgery
for them.
because
And
it's
don't
newer.
allow them
It's only
to
been going
destroy
on at that time for a
what
year.
is going on.
So
Me staying back now and being away from the
in practice,
situation is not
they're
about my
doing
mother.
it, and it was
It's not
designed
about her.
for
It is about him.
like older patients.
Boy, does she hate
with
it when I
exact,
say stuff like that.
tumors like it.
When I say things like it's not about you, it's about him right now. Wow, she does not like that. But they won't act like that in front of other people. They'll only do it when it's like, these sparse moments between yourselves. And now she's aware that I'm reporting her because I told her I would do that. And so she won't say a lot of things now. But she will slip up and I will get it. But I won't see her anymore after my father passes away. Her basic care and everything is being taken care of by nurses and staff like that. And, I'll manage what needs to be done if there's a storm or something, whatever, to keep her alive and to make sure that she's not, in any dire straits. I'll keep that promise to my father. But I'm not going to get invested anymore. And if I decide to move out of country and, go be happy and get married somewhere, I'm going to do that because I'm not going to stay here and be this person. I've been thrown back and abused in this entire situation and not respected and not appreciated for the level of aid I was willing to give. In fact, I was resented for it, and that's okay. That's fine because it's my father that I cared about, and when he's gone, and I'm not allowed to be a part of that, I can see that, and even in the confines of his death and what that will mean to bringing drama into the house, I don't want to be that person. I don't thrive on drama. I don't like it. I don't find it entertaining. This has been incredibly hard on me. Physically, my body is breaking down. I actually have incredibly huge health problems right now because of all of the stress that's been going on. And I do these videos to alleviate some of the horribleness that goes along with all of the negativity that happens in life, and it's very healing for me. But what I hope very much is that if there's anybody out there, for cancer for one thing, and for also if there's a narcissist in the family that you're having to deal with in regards to properly caring for your loved one, just know you're not wrong. You're trying and you're doing what you can. Whatever blinders other people have, don't worry about it. But if you can't get through and you can't do it, just know that you tried and that it's enough. And if you can't be there and you can't be what you promised to be for the person that's dying
But all in
of
all,
cancer
now,
or
the last
whatever
thing
it
you
is,
could do,
just be there in your heart and just give the rest to God. Because that's all you can do. That's all you can do. I wanted to spoil him, so I did. I got him everything I could possibly think of that he ever asked or talked to me for.
there was that thing he said,
One friend helped me with that.
at this
And her thing was you just felt guilty about how much you took advantage of him over your life. That's why you're doing that. No, I'm doing that because it's the end of his life and there's nothing around him. You didn't even get him balloons or something. Or hug him or hold him. I just want him to feel loved, which is the truth and for it all. Anyway, I'm going to go through it all up. And then last week, my dad. And I cherish him.
that's what people do. People hug, touch,
done more. I wish it would have been
show
possible.
affection.
Because it was possible. I just wish I could have cut through. I wish.
You have to be married to do that.
But we didn't. In the end, I wish I could have just taken better care of you. And been just smart enough to not allow that to happen. You did that. I'm sorry. I didn't want that to happen. And you know I would have been there for you every day. You damn well know I would have been. I would have been. I can't go to jail though for 10 years because no one will believe me. You know that. She starts some shit about me stealing medication or something. I'm not going to jail for 10 years. I am such a doctor. Anyways, don't let this happen to you. Don't let this happen.
was a question. And there is something going on. Something is not right.
True, and
He is not behaving correctly when he is with her.
people that literally won't even take an hour.
And she is acting very strange as well. And to just say all those things is exactly what I'm talking about.
That is the most frustrating part.
She
That in and of
is
itself is like literally
jealous of the
disgusting
attention he's
aspect of
getting
all of this.
as a
People
patient,
wonder why we don't have advancements.
as a parent,
That's why.
as a person,
That's all I gotta say today.
and thinks she hasn't gotten all that. Well, she has. For 35 fucking years. But he's immediately dying. So you're seeing it in warp drive. And he doesn't even get hardly any attention. Really. You know his birthday? She never bought him that. Nobody bought him nothing. My brother got him a blanket. An electric blanket. But you buy a dying person everything on earth. And then some. He overwhelms them. You buy them art. You buy them poetry. And you buy them things to look at and touch and focus on. Funny stuff. My mom didn't even tell him she loved him, give him a kiss at his heart, nothing. The whole time. He deserves better. And from where I've come from in all of this, it's not been a bad place. And it's not been some weird thing, and it's not even remotely entertained. I mean, that's it in this is just disgraceful. It hurts a lot. Don't allow her to play you. And if you want to make an opinion of me, do so by getting to know me. Don't dare follow what she says, because anytime she's ever called for an opinion for her, when she starts this big thing with you when we moved, they moved on Wednesday because my brother came in and I was supposed to help him on Friday. I have fibromyalgia, guys. I'm not doing a move anyways. It's not for me. I'll help you physically, medically, but I'm not moving your fucking furniture and you could pay someone $200. You've done the whole thing. And put it away and clean your other apartment, everything for $200. You don't want to pay the people? Well then fine. It doesn't mean I'm going to start moving your fucking furniture like my brother is. Sorry, that's not what I do. I never signed up for that. I don't know who did, but I didn't. What do you want me to do? Saying all this stuff that I wasn't there. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Because honestly, at the end of the day, there was not much that I could have done anyways. But at the end of the day, anyhow, I know where to stay away. And stuff like that, she's gonna yell and press me and say she's better off without me there anyways. Other things I'm looking forward to. She's the one that's told me not to come there. I'm out the door. The car is called. I'm spending the $20 on it anyways. She tells me not to come. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? I can't break into the door. She doesn't let me in, so she's telling me not to come. I can't go. I should have keys to the place. I should be able to monitor my father. My father. I should be able to monitor him when an invalid is looking after him, basically. And that was the agreement, and that was the deal. And those meals were supposed to be provided, and I was supposed to be there every day. And that's not happening. Something is very wrong.
father is so high right now. He's high as a kite. I couldn't take pictures because my phone died, but whatever. Oy, oy, oy. How many rational decisions are you able to make when you weren't a typical drug user or using any substances at all before in your life, and you're immediately on fentanyl and every 2 hours hydromorph? How rational can you be?
For my dad from my mother.
Trying to write a song with feelings displaying that she loves him, Marlene to Glenn, because there's nothing. She gives nothing in that area to him. So I figured, well, if I write this song, maybe the two of them will hear it together and they'll be able to, I don't know, share a tender moment or something. Well, she made me turn it off. I write you a song and you make me turn it off. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with this family.
Hold the door of the pearly gates like you did the door on our first date. I sing you songs, I showed you visions, tried to reassure you of God, calm your anxieties about it all. I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to take your peace away. I don't want to make your You don't need truth right now. You need comfort in any form you can find it. And I seem to bring too much anxiety into this world. I know you understand my position. I think she's lied to you, but I think you have a clearer vision. I think you know it's not my place to stand. I have no ground to fight for it all, and I don't want to hurt you so. Now that the bridge has fallen into the stream, so far below my feet, I will exit. I can't hurt you. I will not hurt you. I won't hurt you. Won't let anything be to hurt you. Just know I love you. I'm really not far away. My heart is with you forever.
let's be clear here about the accusations, just so that there's no gray area where it can be misinterpreted, because I need to be clear and understood on this. If for no other reason, that perfect strangers at least know that where I'm coming from. She accused me of having a sexual relationship with my father, being inappropriate with him sexually because I was massaging his back and his neck because he was sore, and he hasn't probably been touched by a human being in like freaking million years anyways. So he like was enjoying it. He was sitting up and I was sitting beside him. Back and neck. Not even lower back, but upper back and neck. Okay? Whatever. Then, when asked about the meal plans and why she broke her promise to me, she then began going into her production. Then she pulled a Karen and started acting, backing up and everything, like I was attacking her. I was sitting on the couch and she started saying, I'm going to phone security, just like a Karen. Like, for real, look up Karens. If you don't know what that is on the internet, you'll find them everywhere. Identical to a Karen. And then trying to throw comments at me that my kids say that I'm a bad person or a terrible mother, or they don't like me or whatever. And I know that they probably say some things for sure. But it's not for her to say that stuff. And then saying, oh, you think you're a good mom. That has nothing to do with these meal plans, lady. Answer the question. And then, of course, they took the bait and ended up in that big conversation about the medical stuff that I was trying to present, because that was my button, and whatever I really, really wanted her to hear. But not now. I wanted her to hear that months ago so that she could push and drive towards those treatments and help for him so that he would live another 12 years. That's what I wanted. But then also, what else did she do? Oh, then she threatened to call security when she started acting like that. And then I was like really tripped out. And that's when I turned my phone on and recorded her. And she saw that the red light was on, like she could see. So I'm pretty sure that she calmed down a little bit because of that. And I was like, you can't be serious. Like, she went into the bedroom where my dad was and like was like pretending to cry. He didn't wake up, thankfully. Nothing happened in that regard or whatever. She came back out into the living room. And then as I was waiting for my car, she started frantically going through his medications and acting like his medications were gone. I didn't take his fucking medications. Okay? Period. End of story. You might be drugging him extra with that stuff to keep him in his geriatric sleep and immobilization, and that's what I suspect is going on. But it ain't me, lady. And that's a federal offense. That's the kind of drugs he's taking are serious fucking drugs, and that's a big time. That's like 10 years. If it's fentanyl she's talking about, it's 10 years. 10. Done. I'm not fucking going to jail for 10 years because she's a fucking liar. I am so not doing that. I'm not. She's destroyed my life enough. That's where I'm standing on right now. That's where I'm at. My father's dying and I can't be there for him because this is who my mother is. This is what I've dealt with my entire life, but this is so hard. Because I want to be right there with him right now, every day. All I've wanted to do was help, and she throws it in my face saying, we needed your help, because she has witnesses to that. People who saw that it wasn't there on the Wednesday for the move because they were supposed to be there on Friday moving. And my brother started it early, and I didn't want them to move in the first place. I thought it was bad for my father. And secondly, I have fibromyalgia, chronic pain disorder, and I don't work because I can't do shit like that. I can't. I won't. And I never signed up for that. What do you want me to do for you? You want me to start moving your furniture when you had moving people to do that, and then you just canceled them, and my brother's just gonna heroically start doing that, and then 70-year-old and 80-year-old women are helping you move boxes? What the fuck? No way. I'm sorry, but I don't play crazy like with everybody else. I'm crazy enough as it is. I don't need to be any more crazy. I know cruel when I see it, though. And I know wrong. And even my most vile criminal acquaintances from the kind of conditions I've had to live in and the people I've been surrounded by, even those people have a higher moral purpose than her. And she claims to be a Christian. That's no Christian. She's the reason I was turned off of religion most of my life. Because I watched a hypocrite play judgment and just be vile most of the time. She's a horrible person, and she gaslights me, and she puts me into positions I don't belong in, and I have to suck it up because that's the right thing to do, but it's not. Don't put up with this in your life. It's destroyed me. And if you have a narcissist, I only actually just really came to the conclusion that this is actually what I was dealing with. I just thought she was a bad person most of the time. But she knows what she's doing is wrong. She damn well knows it. And my dad was part of her narc supply too. And when he's gone, I'm going to get it 3,000 times worse. I'm not standing there for that. And my kids will be warned about this behavior, and they will be made damn sure clear about not to listen to her and take that kind of shit. And if she starts that up, walk the fuck away and stay away. And I will make sure that they know that that's the narrative. Otherwise, they want to help her, good. That's what kids should do, and that's her grandparent, and that's how I raised my children, and that's what needs to happen. I cannot, because it's too dangerous for me. And so far, she hasn't turned on them. But if she does, they'll be forewarned, and they will have boundaries. And if she goes past those boundaries, they will walk, because my kids are strong, and they won't turn back. They're good at that. They can do that. I'm sorry, Dad. But you're part of this too. You fed into it, and you didn't give help for yourself or for me. You watched her abuse me all those years, and I watched her abuse you all these years. And as much as I tried to tell you and say things to you, and as much as I was angry with you much of the time about the fact that you just sucked it up and let her talk to you like that and let her treat you like that, you became accustomed to it. It was your life, and I get that. But look where we are now. And I bet on some level you're angry with me. Because on some level I'm angry with you. So she wins. But I love you. And I will never stop loving you. You're my most important person. Thank you for being my dad. Goodbye.